important to still have fun with these events.
First buzzer on the challenge course.
Welcome back, everybody, to Day 2 of the World Ninja League Premier Series qualifier at Life Force Ninja in Bellingham, Washington. Our course today was designed by none other than our award-winning course designers for Season 8, none other than Becca and Jaden. Let's get a look at them real quick. Our masterminds behind the scenes of all of these crazy obstacles that we've seen so far throughout the kids, mature kids, and preteen division. That's going to continue today with the amateur division this morning. My name is Ken Casillas, and joining me today is Philip Scott. Phil, thank you for joining me.
Absolutely. Thanks, Kane. Life Force is a one-of-a-kind gym. I cannot wait to see what they come up with here. As you can see here, here's who we already have qualified in the amateur division. We have so many strong athletes in this division, and yeah, I can't wait to see this course. That's all I keep thinking about, because yesterday was just such an unreal, unique course, and I'm sure today won't disappoint either.
And we're going to get 8 new athletes qualified for the Premier Series Finals, joining the names on your screen. The left column there is your amateur male division, the right column your amateur female division. And the amateur division is rather interesting to me because it's a mix of the young adult, and masters divisions from the regular season. So not only are we taking the top 25% of those divisions from those regions into the amateur division, but then you all have to battle each other for those spots. So these athletes that you see on your screen really are among the best of the best. And we're looking to find the best of the best from the west coast of the United States and from Canada as we enter the amateur division of today.
Absolutely. As you said, it's not just US here, it's also Canada. This gym is right between Seattle and Vancouver, so a lot of athletes from north of the border, from specifically Momentum Ninja, which is in the Vancouver area, which is owned by Ryan and Michael Chow, who also run the Canadian Ninja League. So yeah, lots of international representation here today.
And we've also got a good amount of people who have made it very far into Stage 1 or Stage 2 at the World Championship last season, but also some we've seen make it to Stage 3 out of our amateur field here. So I'm very excited to see how they're going to take on these courses. We had the longest challenge course in the Premier Series so far this yesterday. So we're going to see if that trend continues today. But first, you kind of need to know what we're going up against here. So our athletes are going to be running 2 courses. The first will be the placement course. It's your traditional flow course format. 1 fail and your run is over. This is going to be typically a shorter course. We've had our time limit locked in at 45 seconds all day yesterday. I would be surprised if it's any longer than that today. Now, your placement on the leaderboard on the placement course determines the run order for the challenge course. And the challenge course is where everything counts. Every athlete on the challenge course will have 2 retries, but you can only use 1 retry per obstacle. If you fall on a retry attempt, or if you fall after all of your retries are spent, your run is over, which means you cannot fail the same obstacle twice. You cannot fail 3 different obstacles. And all of this to say, you have to get to that buzzer, as the top 4 will qualify for the Premier Series Finals. And I mean, even yesterday in the preteen female division, we had 4 buzzers fill up that top 4. So a buzzer might be what it takes to get all the way to the finals. Finals will be where, Philip?
They will be at Ferex Athletics in Brooklyn, New York. I cannot wait. They hosted a Premier Series earlier this season, and yeah, we're going to see athletes from here and our other 7 stops, and it's just going to be an incredible event. You will be sure not to want to miss it.
I agree, and we've got some really strong competitors coming up very soon, including number 1, 2, and 3 in the Northwest region in the amateur female division. Number 1 being Heather Nelson, number 2 Sloan Cameron, number 3 Sophia Blattenbauer. Sophia's going to be a bit of a wild card for me here. Someone that I know roughly more or less about, and she actually underwent surgery this past year, and only recently gotten back into the competing side of things. So to see her make that comeback will be very interesting on the Premier Series side.
Absolutely, and as you can see, we also have some athletes. We have Troy and Alex from Traverse Fitness in the San Francisco area. They've both been around for a long time. It's awesome to see them competing here. We also, of course, saw them coaching yesterday. And Harry Davis, he is a homegrown ninja out here in Life Force. The bowling ninja, he beat stage 2 last year at Worlds. This year had a run that he kind of, I think, wants revenge on going into Premier Series.
I also want to take a look at our first runner in the male division, Rory Yago. Finished stage 2 at the World Championship. By the looks of it, a young adult competitor. It might not have been fast enough to advance to stage 3 at the World Championship, but a stage 2 clear is a stage 2 clear. Not only that, but he came home with the silver medal in the Canadian Ninja League National Finals last year. They're going to be having their National Finals this coming November over in Edmonton.
Yeah, be sure not to want to miss that either. And looking through the run order some more, we have, let's see, how many athletes in total in the amateur division? We have 20, I believe. So a very stacked field here. Can't wait to get this started.
This is one of those things where it's going to be tough to narrow this down to just 4. It's so difficult, especially because for a lot of these athletes, it's their first Premier Series competition, and it will likely be their only. Our remaining 2 qualifiers will not be in the United States, not necessarily all that close. They are allowed to travel to our final destinations in Israel and the United Kingdom, but I imagine not all of the Americans will be flying out to that one.
yeah, but who knows? We might see some. We've seen people travel around. Of course, we've had some people travel coast to coast today and yesterday. Specifically, of course, later on we'll be seeing in the elite division Evan LaValle. So yeah, who knows?
Love to see the dedication out of these athletes. Cannot wait to see what the placement course is going to be like. There were modifications throughout every division so far, and I can only imagine that that's going to stay true for the rest of the placement course. There were some rather peculiar obstacles there, Phil. Did any stick out in your mind in particular?
Probably the whole course. It's just this whole gym, like I said, there's just every obstacle is just so creative here. It's something that really sticks out and stands out. It's just there's so many creative obstacles. It's unreal. Obviously, yesterday, also in the thing that comes into my mind specifically in the challenge course was the big spinning disc thingy. That you got to jump off and get on. So yeah, and I'm very excited to see what changes we may see today in the amateur teens and elites.
Absolutely, and I'm very excited for this placement course because what I like about it is that you can tell that Becca and Jaden didn't exactly design a speed course that's necessarily deadly, and to me, I think that's great. Not every course has to be made to make an athlete fall or to really trip them up. The genius in this placement course that they had for the past 3 divisions is that there are tiny moves that will cost them an extra few seconds, and that 45-second time limit is really what ate up a lot of the athletes, and I'm really appreciative of that because it's not often we see, taking an extra swing or a little extra jump or a hesitation there will cost you on a speed course. Yes, it will cost you a little bit of time regardless, but I mean, that was the difference, that half second between 4th place and 8th place in some divisions, and that's huge.
Absolutely. It's just, I really like these kind of courses where, like you said, it just comes down to nailing your tech, nailing your commitment on every obstacle.
And then also, speaking of the challenge course that you mentioned, if you look behind your screen, folks, behind the placement course run order, there's a big old rope that's actually attached to a piece of truss that tilts with some nunchucks and a T-bar, with that V-hold being the last part. We have not seen that attempted yet. I would not be surprised if we come across this obstacle in the amateur division for the challenge course.
Yeah, we will definitely be looking out for that one. We're getting started really soon here. Thanks for tuning in, guys. This is the World Ninja League Premier Series at Life Force Ninja in Bellingham, Washington, located right between Seattle and Vancouver. Gonna have such a creative course here. So excited.
Thank you all again for watching, as Philip said. It's great to see that you guys are tuning in to a big old action-packed weekend of Ninja. We love to see all of the support for our sport here.
Absolutely.
Be sure to keep that support up as we head overseas, October 13th and 14th. That'll be our qualifier over in Israel. Gil Morantz is designing the course. He's a very widely known ninja in his home country. He flew out to Ferox to compete in the Premier Series, and now that he knows what it's all about and what's expected, he's going to deliver a crazy course for his athletes.
And here we go. We are getting started with Rory Yago out of Port Coquitlam, British Columbia. That's in the Vancouver area. As you can see, he's out of that Momentum Ninja gym north of the border.
And he's off. Looks like that time limit's staying at 45 seconds. First 2 obstacles remaining the same.
Moving very efficiently here. Oh, but has a little slip up there. He keeps on going. No hesitation, right into the ring.
And there's a second ring there that he just opted to skip entirely. But he's leaning through that lache, and now he's making up for a lot of lost time that he had on that ring swing. And Rory Yago showing us why he got second place at the Canadian Ninja League Championships. The fastest time on that placement course we've seen all weekend so far.
Wow, yeah, and he even had a couple little slip-ups there too and still got 27 seconds. I'm scared. I think we might get like a 25, sub 25 or sub 20 even. This is gonna be awesome.
It's very possible with that extra backswing on the ring that did cost him about 2 to 3 seconds. So I do think a sub 25 is in the cards. We've definitely got capable athletes.
Yeah. And now we'll be heading on to our next athlete, Zach Wilson, ranked number 3 in the Northwest Division.
And there's Zach at the starting line. 41 years old, on the older side of our athletes today. As we said, we brought together young adult, adult, and masters for the amateur division. But that doesn't matter anymore. They're all battling for the same title. Good links out of Zach.
Oh, quick correction. All good. Moving now. Through onto the trampoline, moving over to the steps.
We're not really seeing as many people leap through those rings as we should. Probably the instability of that trampoline into that wedge, not allowing for the smoothest of footwork.
Yeah, now time's becoming a premium here, and has 8 seconds to go through this last obstacle. Can he get it?
I think it's doable, but he's got to get enough power and reach the ring. But no, Zach Wilson quite literally spins out and runs out of time.
Yet you just have to go right away, get the pull you need on that last wheel to get into that box and hit the buzzer. Very unique buzzer placement, by the way.
That's going to put Zach just behind Rory on the leaderboard for now. But with only 2 runners, there's still a lot to go. Owen Mitchelson now stepping up. Ranked 9th in Canada's World Ninja League competitions for this past season. We're starting to see a lot more
Really smooth
momentum.
there. Oh no!
Oh!
Yeah, he just slipped there. He was looking so smooth right out of the gate and just missed. I think he just whiffed the ring. Unlucky, but I'm sure he'll be, by the few seconds that we saw, I'm excited to see how he does in the challenge course, because he looked like he was like going full parkour mode right out of the gate. That Kong vault and stuff.
He might have been trying to skip the ring.
Next up we have Lucas Vitanich out of Northwest Ninja Park in Oregon.
Northwest Ninja Park recently joined the WNL family. Happy to see that they'll be hosting some competitions in this coming Season 9. Great vault out of Lucas.
Oh, this ring is tripping up a lot of people. I think the dismount's kind of farther away than they're thinking, but he makes it through.
And a pullback as well. Going to cost him some time. 15 seconds for these final 2 obstacles isn't necessarily out of the question, but he's got to link everything, and that's a good start.
Definitely.
Pull back.
Can he get this? Commits right away. Does he have the time? And he gets it.
43.61 seconds, meaning he had 1.4 seconds left on the clock. A great run out of Lucas as he did not give up and gave us a bit of a nail biter, but got the buzzer anyway.
Yep. It all came down to committing on that wheel, and he did just that.
And there you can see Lucas taking 2nd place at the moment, right behind Rory's blazing fast time. Owen Mitchelson's shocking slip-up is going to put him first on the challenge course for now, but we still have quite a few athletes to go in this division.
Now we have our first out of our Traverse Fitness contingent today, Trisno Samudra, sorry.
We saw his, I believe it's his son, Surya, compete yesterday. Oh, a good save, but I think that grab on the bar is going to DQ him on the placement course.
Yeah, that was just instinctual there. Just realizing you're tripping back, so he tried to grab the side, but that bar was out of play.
Now, you could tell here that he was going for the underbar as he was trying to dismount. How much power do you need for an underbar lâché, Philip?
Yeah, you've really got to use your core and kind of like drive your hips through. It's an interesting technique, and you kind of see that nowadays with like links and stuff, especially like low angle links. But anyway, you got Matt Rayner up next.
Matt Rayner, another one of the many athletes rocking the Momentum Movement merch. One of our Canadian athletes. One of the smoothest runs through that wedge we've seen. Is he gonna? Oh, he pulls back! No!
Oh, so close. Good hug from his coach, Michael Chow. Oh yeah, he was moving really quickly there through. He committed right away to this jump right here, but then tripped up on the dismount.
I think what's really important to note there is his foot placement, as he placed one of his feet low on the wedge, but the other foot higher, so he could shift his weight to get that quick dismount. I think he's cracked the code here. The question is how many of the next few athletes notice that?
Yeah, I think we got a lot of athletes left. I think we're gonna see a lot more of them break the code here. Here's a longtime ninja, Troy Helming.
Troy, another one of our athletes out of Traverse Fitness. We're seeing a lot of Traverse jerseys, a lot of Momentum jerseys, and a lot of World Ninja League hoodies from this past World Championship. Goes to show the caliber of athlete we have.
Popping down now. Taking the cautious approach here. He's going to have to worry about the time.
And again, I think that foot placement
no!
matter.
It just went off to the right side.
And I want to take a look at his run on the wedge there. he kind of put both of his feet right next to each other, as opposed to Matt, who really, really got it spread and evened out throughout the whole wedge. That's one of those moves that, as you can see, Troy finds himself in 6th place at the moment. Separates him and Matt, who's hopped into 4th despite a shocking fall. Alexander Crumlin.
Yeah, Alex Crumlin, another old school ninja. I remember meeting him out when he was working the event at Season 2 Worlds.
Oh my goodness. I've definitely heard the name before. I didn't realize he went all the way back there. But not going it at all. Speeding through this course.
Oh yeah. It's one of the coaches out of Traverse Fitness. Huge playground there in the Bay Area, and he's showing his skill here. Plenty of time left. He's going to get through with 14 seconds left. That's going to put him in 2nd place by only 3 seconds. 30.65.
An incredible run out of Alex right there. Good pop through those rings. Maybe that slight sizing up of the shelf cost him a second or two, but regardless, 30.6 seconds is absolutely nuts for this course.
Oh yeah, definitely. And like you said, I think the difference just came down to that last link on the gotta go, because I think Rory linked it. But anyway, still a really strong fast run. Next up, we got another Life Force athlete. We got Baker Mitchell.
Baker made it to the final obstacle of Stage 1 at the World Championship this past season. Looking to show that he can go even further in the Premier Series today. Whoa! His leg stays on.
Good save there.
Not that shaken up. It's actually only been 20 seconds on this course for Baker. So he has plenty of time to get to that buzzer.
Definitely. He might beat the Klaxon here.
A good wind up.
Around. He's got to get up in there.
Not going to beat the Klaxon, but still going to get the buzzer. With a time of 36.84, currently Baker Mitchell is going to find himself in 3rd place.
Yeah, nice work. Good recovery there. Good awareness. Then he just cruises to the finish line after that. No problem.
And there you can see our 4 finishers right there.
Yep, that's going to set him up well for the challenge course.
But we're going to take it back to the starting line very soon with our next athlete, Paul Norris. He's immediately my favorite because of his Ninja Turtles onesie. There we go. I know who I'm rooting for today, Philip.
Yep. Definitely, he's gonna bring the Ninja Turtle action. I don't know, I haven't watched much Ninja Turtles, but you might know more than me.
Well, one thing the Ninja Turtles do well is parkour through the buildings of New York, so perhaps we'll see some swift movement, and I'd say that's living up to the hype right there.
And hopefully some parkour at Brooklyn in November.
All has to go well on the challenge course, but first, wants to make sure he's good on this placement course. Going to take an extra swing. And
he's got the time. He just has to go right here. Gotta go.
Oh,
good save there.
And I think that might have taken away.
To keep momentum stalls out.
Yeah,
time expired, but he's hyped.
You can see there that he tried to hop to that wheel with 2 hands and didn't really come in with much momentum moving forward. But getting there is no easy feat, and he did this all with a smile on his face. Great run out of Paul. Love to see our athletes still making sure they're having fun regardless of their result.
Absolutely. And up next, we've got Harry Davis.
Harry, another Life Force athlete.
He's no stranger to competing at a high level. He's competed at the last 3 Worlds, I believe.
He was ranked 2nd in the Northwest region this past season.
Smoothest we've seen so far right here.
He got through those first 4 obstacles in 10 seconds, Phil.
Wow. Fastest pace we've seen by far.
And there's
Gonna
that
see a
momentum we needed. Wow.
sub 25. Oh, he just
no!
misses there.
Come on, sub 25. Not quite.
Oh, but still the fastest time. I want to know what it could have been if he didn't kick off the side thing.
I think we'd be looking at a 23 or a 24 there, Philip.
Yeah. Still fastest time, though.
And he even punched the buzzer towards the end. Might have wanted that sub 25 and
Yeah.
saw the time there. Might be a little frustrated, but regardless, Harry Davis puts himself in a great spot for the challenge course.
Yeah, and another former Stage 2 finisher up next. We got Nix Young.
I love his shirt. All obstacles are opportunities.
That's for sure. But yet he finished Stage 2, got 25th place last year at Worlds. He traveled all the way from the New England region to come here. Like I said, lots of athletes going cross country. Nix is definitely one of them.
That Stage 2 was absolutely the most competitive we had throughout the entire World Championship. As so many athletes, it became a race to the buzzer. So there were a lot of finishers who were maybe just a half second too slow, and it was heartbreaking to watch. I watched that one live actually, and so that was tough to see. But we can see here that Nix is not letting anything from his past stop him. He's just flying through.
Coming right out of the gate, really aggressive style here. Love to see it. That's what you got to do here. 25 seconds left onto the last obstacle. He has a shot at the top time here. Just has to, just misses the link there, but he's still going to have one of the fastest times here. Goes around the other way. Gets that foot hook in there. Nice work. 31.2, that, I think that'll put him in fourth place, just 1 second behind Alexander Krumlin. I love how creative he got on that last obstacle. Didn't need the wheel to spin at all. He just staticked out to that ring and then used that momentum to turn himself around into the box where he could hook his heel in there. I think it's a very creative strategy that honestly might have saved him some time instead of swinging out and trying to land it in. You almost need to aim your body as a dart on a board when you do that. Yeah, definitely. As we have Tyler Creighton up next out of Momentum.
Quick links through those bars.
Really quick there.
Very smooth so far, not wasting any time. Seen a lot of athletes skip that second ring as well. Big pull back for that link. A nice one-armed lâché there.
Oh, he's going for it. Whoa.
Sub 25? Sub 25? 24.01. Our fastest time so far.
He went full send on that. I can't believe just all the statics he just did. Just no hesitation. That was super impressive.
I realized he was going fast. I didn't realize how fast he was going until I saw him grab onto that ring and I looked at the timer. I was like, oh my goodness. There we go, a 24 flat for Tyler Creighton, just ahead of Harry Davis. And we have 7 finishers on the placement course now.
We have one more of our amateur men left, and then we'll be moving on to the ladies.
Our last runner is going to be Chris Aquino. The sounds, yes. Chris was ranked second in the Southwest region. Made it to the World Championship this past year.
Skips over to that second hold on the wall.
Gonna take an extra backswing. Haven't seen that too much today.
He tries to static. It's a dismount here.
And you have to hope at this rate you're getting through these obstacles at the very least. Because even getting to the 5th obstacle puts you towards the middle of the pack for the challenge course.
And he just slips up. I think he was eyeing the other ring and just slipped off there.
That's absolutely what happened. You can see his face already turned toward that second ring.
Yeah, just lost a little bit of focus. He'll be looking for revenge in the challenge course. Nice effort out, Chris, though, as we're moving on to our ladies next.
But you can see here our current leaderboard. The leaderboard you see on your screen. Reverse that. Tyler Creighton will be our last runner on the challenge course. We're going to get to our first runner on the placement course for the females. It's Heather Nelson.
Yep, Heather out of Life Force Ninja here in Bellingham, Washington. Here she goes. Moving through the rails nice and easy. No hesitation. Right into this ring. She had the distance, she gets it right away. Nice work.
Still has 30 seconds remaining. Definitely enough time to get through these last two obstacles.
Definitely, and she's moving through now. Going through this little lachey line here, gets up to the platform. And she has the time to finish the course here.
And a great move so far. Getting to that final obstacle. Still has the time for the buzzer, but has to go now. Oh, misses the ring.
Oh, just misses up.
That's going to do it for Heather. It's still a great run on the placement course. Should put her in a very good spot on the leaderboard.
Definitely. I think that'll suit her very well, especially since we saw a lot of slip-ups in the men's division, so we'll see if that's good enough to put her in a good starting spot for the challenge course.
And we saw a lot of athletes rushing, as you said. Now, how can that what can cause rushing on the course, Philip?
Everything from time limit to like who ran before you, what their times were. I've definitely gotten caught off guard by that, especially if somebody ran before me that went really fast, and I'm like, okay, I gotta go fast now. But up next we got Sloan Cameron.
And you can see here that the time limit for the female division is going to be 50 seconds, not 45. Sloan not really seeming to need it, as she's been cruising through this first half.
Yep, Sloan, she's one of the coaches out of Northwest Ninja Park in Oregon.
And I love the adjustment in midair. She was kind of swinging to her left, so she grabbed out for the bar with her right hand to pivot.
Just go for this ring right here. Oh, just slipped off at the very end.
I love seeing that even throughout this speed course, we could see Sloan thinking through everything. As I said, she kind of, on that salmon ladder lachey, twisted to the left, so she grabbed with her right to force her body to straighten out. And it's those types of movements in the heat of the moment that are going to be absolutely crucial during the challenge course.
Absolutely. We'll be seeing her later on. Up next, we've got Kayla Norris.
Kayla was ranked first in Canada from our regular season. Got second at a Life Force competition, so definitely is familiar with the area. Says that she has a slight fear of heights, but she's learning to get over it, which is great because you're pretty high up in Ninja sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely one of the biggest scary parts for me of Ninja is the height factor. In some points, thankfully, there's always mats.
15 years old. Says that her favorite type of obstacles are anything she can use her amazing balance on. So I think this placement course might be good for her.
Dismounts right away. She's moving over to the ring. Gonna try to get right onto the step here. She's got it. Now she has to pull through ring to ring here.
Making sure she has enough speed for the ring, but then opts to jump instead.
Time's running out though. She's gonna have to pull through right here.
Fingertip grab on the ring. Great grip, but unfortunately, she's gonna run out of time here. And that's gonna do it for now for Kayla. Puts her in a good spot coming into the challenge course.
Had a nice effort out of Kayla. Looking smooth and controlled. So now next up we have another athlete from the East Coast who we saw earlier this season, Daniela Blanchard.
Daniela's already qualified as well for the finals. Qualified over at Ferox in the very beginning of our season. Trains out of Empire Ninja. Love the bio. The bio. Just out here chilling, playing kendama, and swinging from stuff.
Love it. And I think she's just looking for some practice before finals.
I think this is a great place to be for it as well. Got some very creative competitions, and Ferox
commits right away to that ring. Nice work there, Daniela.
It looked like she wanted to get immediately off that second ring. That backswing might not have been planned, but she still has plenty of time to get to the buzzer.
Just to go right here. She has the time. She has to line herself up good on this ring. On the wheel, she gets a good angle there. She's going to have time to spare. 5 seconds left. Daniela's our first finisher for ladies.
Congratulations. 44.94. Would have been clear regardless within the 45-second time limit as well. Again, it looked like she maybe just got a little whiplash there on that first ring, even though she wanted to pull through the second. But regardless, still enough to clear the course. Our first in the female division today. And it's worth noting as well that if Daniela gets in the top 4 on the challenge course, since she's already qualified, 5th place will earn that last qualifying spot. But
next up we have Sophia Blattenbauer, who you know well.
Yeah, Sophia, known as Ninja Sophia, had a pretty successful YouTube channel. Made it pretty far in many competitions when she was healthy, and then I believe it was her shoulder that
she's flying through now. Fastest pace we've seen so far.
And so far, with 25 seconds left to the final obstacle, she's going to give it one big pull on that wheel, lock her foot in, and yeah, the fastest time by a mile here, 32.6 seconds. Congratulations, Sophia.
One of the fastest times we've seen this weekend. Sophia, no problem, no hesitation through any of the obstacles today.
I remember talking to her.
Placement course.
I remember talking to her at the World Championship, and she was like, "Yeah, I just recently got back into training. I'm excited to, see what I've got." Yeah, you could not tell that she's been back in it for 3 months or less.
Yeah, that was lightning fast there by Sophia.
Also worth mentioning, Sophia was using Slapshocks, one of our sponsors.
Shout out to Slapshocks, as we have Olivia Boland Ford up next.
Olivia was ranked number 1 in the Northwest region. You can see her rocking the Life Force jersey. Might have a bit of a home gym advantage here.
Moving through, nice and smooth. Running on over.
Still has a lot of time to get to the buzzer. Gonna have to link here, which she does.
Can she be our 3rd finisher for the ladies? Goes right into the go.
Now, Philip, we just saw that she had to take an extra swing. Nothing wrong with that. She still can make it to the buzzer. But I do want to ask you a question after. Grabs the ring. Can she pull herself up in 5 seconds?
Get your leg up.
Get your foot in there.
Oh.
No.
Oh, so close.
Shakes her head. So close, but still an incredible run. Even that one-handed catch on that ring, very impressive.
Absolutely.
You can see the quick pops there. She tried to save it, shook her head. You can see her saying, "I can't." We know she could have, and she did. Still going to put her in 3rd place, though.
Yeah, very solid run out of Olivia. Looking forward to seeing her in the challenge course. We got 2 runners left now.
Our next runner is Seda Magtoto. coming out of Momentum Movement in Vancouver. Was ranked second in Canada.
Moving through, no hesitation. Lincoln through right here.
So effortless, using the trampoline there for a
Full
huge
speed.
bounce. This might be our fastest time if all goes well.
Pulling right through. 30 seconds left as she moves on to Gotta Go.
And a good pop there to the bar.
Getting the
Gonna get a lot of
momentum, riding
power.
it around. Right up.
This is going
Into
to
the
be
box.
close.
31.4.
Your new fastest time.
Wow.
Beats out Sophia by 1.2 seconds.
Wow. What a run out of Seda Maktoda. That was so smooth. Just tons of power there, that whole run. That puts her all the way up into first place with one runner remaining in the placement course.
That's right. And just a reminder for all of you, look at the leaderboard, flip the order that you see from 1 to 7, it goes 7 to 1. And that'll be your run order for the challenge course. But we've got Sharon Brown-John. You saw her daughter compete yesterday. The Brown-John family really showing up big. Sharon's going to take an extra swing here.
She is popping right down to the trampoline, getting ready for the ring.
And a good sprint through the rings. Quick dismount. 25 seconds for the last two obstacles. Definitely doable from here, Phil.
Definitely, she has the time. Oh, and she just slips up. I think the time got to her there. She tried to go for that link, was a little off center, but committed to it though. We do love to see athletes committing to obstacles. Obviously, though, it's on a speed course, and it was just tough luck there, but still great effort out of Sharon. As that wraps up.
Yep, this does mean that Sharon will be going second on the challenge course, with Seda, our fastest clear in the female division, going last on the challenge course. I did want to take a look at Seda's run one more time, because she absolutely demolished that first half of the course. It was a sprint and a half, to say the least.
Yeah, definitely. As you can see here, she just full speed. She just knew exactly what she wanted to do on this whole course. Rode that wheel around perfectly, right up into the box, no problem.
And then another athlete, if we take a look at our amateur male leaderboard, we've got our sub 25 second time that we weren't sure was going to happen, but we figured it was possible. Tyler Creighton put up a massive, massive run. I do want to take a look at that if we have the opportunity.
Almost sub 24 there, 24 flat.
Every single dismount, every single jump was all in one continuous motion. I don't think this guy ever stopped moving.
I know. What really impressed me about that run, especially if you watch it back, was he wasn't really doing dynamic links. He was just like monkey barring his way through the entire course. There's no hesitation whatsoever.
An athlete I did want to spotlight there, you'll find in 9th place, it's Zach Wilson. One of our older athletes here today, not letting his age show. At first we were worried about his slip up, but he ended up finding himself in the top half of the leaderboard regardless. He made a bit more methodical moves, had a couple of good saves, and honestly, I wouldn't count him out on this challenge course, as that is the type of approach that you need to take on those types of courses.
Absolutely. And another athlete I want to shout out, Alex Crumland. Another one of our older athletes in this division, but he definitely let his experience show with almost a sub 30 time. Super impressive out of the Traverse Fitness athlete. As you can see, he's just looking really smooth and collected through that whole run.
A great leap there as well. And we didn't see too many people link through that shelf to the bar, but at the same time, these are our bigger athletes. Maybe trying to work their way in a small space might be a little tougher. Someone who did work through that obstacle very well, second place in the female division, Sophia Blattenbauer. Again, crazy to think that she was injured not too long ago. Making her comeback, had a good showing, and now finds herself in second place, running second to last on the challenge course.
Yet she came out right out of the gate looking very aggressive and made the course look really easy. She was pumped after that.
And just like that, we are going to be kicking off that challenge course very soon, but there's a few people we got to thank. Our sponsors who have been responsible for making the Premier Series happen quite a bit. Our first major sponsor is NinjaWorks, the ultimate ninja timing system. NinjaWorks has been with us not only for the Premier Series, not only at the World Championship, but for a long time throughout all of our regional qualifiers and championships. If you are doing a WNL competition, if you're a WNL affiliated facility, you know NinjaWorks as you get free access to NinjaWorks. So if you ever want to host a competition under the World Ninja League, check out ninjaworks.com. And again, thank you so much to Carl and the team for making all of the timing and results accessible to not only athletes, but parents, coaches, and fans alike.
Absolutely. And of course, got to give a shout out to Ocean Needs Everyone, Enzo Di Ferrari Wilson, one of our elite athletes. Such a great cause, cleaning up the ocean. Let's take a look at his video.
Ocean Needs Everyone is celebrating 5 years of saving the oceans. My name's Enzo, and through Ocean Needs Everyone, I help save the ocean by doing beach cleanups, seal and mangrove plantings, making art about recycled plastic, and making films regarding the ocean's health. How can you help save the oceans at home? Well, even if you don't live near an ocean, trash can end up in there eventually, so cut down on your use of single-use plastics. If you see trash on the roads or beaches, make sure to pick it up. Use less gas-powered vehicles, fish responsibly, and help support local organizations. I started my organization when I was 12 years old because I wanted to make a difference. So remember, you're never too young to follow your dreams and make a change. Let's all save our oceans together, one piece of trash at a time.
Thanks so much, Enzo. Our third sponsor today is going to be DGS Ninja. DGS responsible for designing all of the amazing obstacles that you'll find at the World Ninja League Championship. If you go to dgsninja.com, they're selling all of those obstacles as well, so it's very likely that you'll walk into a gym and find a DGS obstacle or 2 or 5, and if you want the best experience on what the obstacles will be like at the World Championship, DGS is the way to go. They've also begun sponsoring athletes, starting off with our 2023 Elite Female World Ninja League Champion and Strongest Ninja, Addie Herman. Love to see that DGS is helping further opportunities for all athletes on and off the course. And finally, we've got one last sponsor. Let's take a look at what Joseph Rouse has to say about Slapchalks.
Has this ever happened to you? Where's my chalk bag? Ooh, I have a solution for that. Slapchalks! You take the chalk ball, put it in the mesh pocket, zip it up, slap, and get your chalk. Slapchalks are made right here in Springdale, Arkansas at Interform, the small batch manufacturing company. We're helping our community and providing local jobs to minorities and women of diverse backgrounds. I'm Joseph Rao, Ninja Warrior, rock climber, and the CEO of Slapchalks.
Thanks so much, Joseph. Slapchalks, truly a great product. We saw a couple of our athletes rocking the Slapchalks this weekend. And if you want to see more athletes, be sure to tune in at 4:15 p.m. Eastern, 1:15 p.m. Pacific for the team division. And then, of course, we'll be ending our Premier Series weekend at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific with the Elite division, where we see a lot of really big names, a lot of heavyweights battling it out at Life Force.
Absolutely. It will be a duel there. Maybe a battle royale, if you will. It's just going to be 12 guys duking it out for the last 4 spots in the U.S. for the Premier Series finals. It's going to be so hype.
2 of those elite athletes that you're going to see are very influential in the Canadian scene. Ryan and Michael Chow brothers, who run the Canadian Ninja League. And Michael actually has gotten a buzzer at the World Championships, as has Ryan in the 2020 Season 5 World Championship. Very exciting to see.
Yep, definitely. Michael's actually beaten Stage 1 twice. He also cleared Stage 1 in 2022. And, of course, we have other really, really talented athletes. Just off the top of my head, of course, we have Evan LaValle, Stage 3 vet, Kai Deal, up-and-coming top elite out of the Northwest. Kai Deal does some crazy tricks. You'll have to check out all of his reels. Just look at that 360 bar spin. I remember watching his run. I was so I didn't really know who this kid was. He just came out of the gate, just linking through the throwback, just no problem. Ended up getting top 25 in the world.
Kai Deol actually is a Canadian ninja, but heads over to Life Force in Washington to train.
Yep, and here's Evan LaValle, who is a rock climber. And, yep, Evan has made it to Stage 3 both of the last 2 seasons in the World Ninja League Championships. And just looks so straight. He's always just so strong, so underrated. He just has
Definitely
so much
underrated.
pulling power, as you can see. Tons of grip strength.
And you can see here, that grip strength is really going to come into play. A lot of our athletes on the challenge course yesterday were gassing out towards the end as it's a long course and it can get very tiring. So perhaps Evan's endurance will push him through. Another athlete I wanted to point out in the elite male division, Silas Snyder. Not one that we've really talked about too much yet, but second place in the Canadian Ninja League's pro division at the national finals, and then also competed at Motive for the Premier Series, got 6th place. So he was just 2 spots away from qualifying for finals. You know he wants more today.
Absolutely. He will want to do his country proud. Lots of Canadian representation here. And Silas is definitely one of the strongest Canadian athletes. Always up there. Just came up short on that crazy monkey bar obstacle that from the mind of Brett Sims, but he's going to look for revenge here.
Taking a look now at the run order for the challenge course. Not all of our male athletes are up on the board, but you can see the first 11 right there. We're going to start off with Trisno Samudra, someone who I did not expect to go out that early. Just had that touch on the bar to DQ him. He looked incredibly solid, though. I take it we're not going to see another mishap on the second obstacle. I have a feeling he's going to surprise us this time around.
Yeah, and as you can see, we have Troy Helming, our oldest athlete today, longtime veteran of Ninja. Then we have Owen Mitchelson, Chris Aquino, Matt Rayner, Zach Wilson, and Paul Norris. And then we get into our finishers after that, starting with Lucas Vitanich, who had a buzzer beater finish. Then we had Baker Mitchell, Nix Young, Alex Crumland. Then, of course, our top 3 athletes, which were Rory Yago, Harry Davis, and
Tyler Creighton.
Yeah, Tyler Creighton, that's right. 24 seconds flat. I'm still buzzing about that run because that was just unreal.
We have 14 runners in the amateur male division, and only the top 4 will advance to the Premier Series finals.
You can see we've seen athletes the past few minutes kind of just look through, eyeing it up, always practicing that image training, visualization techniques, just trying to think of. That's just such a huge part of Ninja, competing in Ninja. If you see any walkthroughs up close of ninjas, they'll just be you'll always see just like a group of ninjas just like all just like moving their arms and legs goofy and just like closing their eyes and stuff. That's just how Ninja is. You always have to be visualizing because you don't get to try the course until right now. So like you got to feel as comfortable as possible before getting on the course.
Well, it looks like it is time to begin our challenge course. Trisno Samudra currently at the starting block. waiting for the go-ahead from the referees. And on we go.
He's off through the shrinking steps.
Coming off of up, and away. Coming into plank run. Looks like that time limit's going to be locked in at 4 minutes, 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's got to go up and moving through down this next plank.
Now, just a reminder, our athletes do get 2 retries, but you cannot use more than 1 retry on an obstacle. However, Trisno not really needing that right now as he takes on Round the Bend, just trying to gain momentum.
He gets that foot around. Now for this dismount.
You've seen a lot of athletes go for the skip from the bottom of the wall, not necessarily climbing around the top, and Trisno making very light work as he goes on to tame the beast. An obstacle that was originally called the airtime. It looks like we are going to see that alternate route.
For sure, and how he's climbing up to those getting up, using that ring to help him going up to that vertical pipe. It's vertical monkey bars. Can he get the grab up to the first one? He's got it.
Now this does tilt a little bit, so perhaps that drop could lead to some slippage.
Oh yeah, I see it. It's in a bear trap.
Oh! I did not notice that. That's all right. 1 fall is all right. He's going to use his first of 2 retries. He has to beat the obstacle on this attempt, though. Taking a second.
A rest. Got plenty of time to shake out. But obviously that time limit will come into play later on.
Something I'm not sure I'm a huge fan of right now, Philip. He's got his arms locked off a lot. Can definitely be good for his strength right now, but in the long term might not be the greatest.
Yeah, he's just... It's a struggle. Even if you have your legs, if you're really pulling with your arms, even with your legs locked in, it's still so taxing. You see it all the time on big rope climbs. People's arms just burn out even if you're using your legs.
And you see him really using his feet to stand himself up a little more, shake out, and get closer to those nunchucks.
Yeah, he's going to really have to grit it out here.
I can't
Great
believe
fight. Yeah, great fight though out of Trisno.
Refusing to give up. These vertical
going for the
so difficult.
Yeah, going through the pull here.
I like that
he just slips off.
Still tried to use his feet to save himself a bit of energy, but down he goes. Making it to the 4th obstacle in 50 seconds.
Yeah, great effort. He was hanging on there for a long time. That takes a lot out of your forearms.
Absolutely. And with that, we're going to take it on to our second runner of the challenge course. It's going to be Troy Helming. I believe you said is our oldest athlete today.
That is right. He will try to represent Traverse Fitness well here. Getting ready for his run.
And you know, this is going to be very intense as the 4th obstacle was an early crux point for our earlier runners in past divisions, but eventually it came down to that 8th obstacle, spun out. And if that's still around for the amateur division, I could definitely see it tripping up a lot of athletes.
That's for sure, especially if there's modifications to it. And what I'm thinking is, you know, I think we're going to see I think we'll see a finisher. We'll see some finishers, I think, because so, judging by what we saw in the placement course, it's going to be, they're going to be going for broke here on this course. I'm really excited to see what they bring to this very difficult course.
Well, someone who very well could get the buzzer is Troy Helming, who's moving very smoothly right now. Only 20 seconds have passed, and he's already through the first 2 obstacles.
Now Troy moving on to moving around this warped wall. Gets a nice kick around. Uses that rope. Now got to run up. Gets the dismount.
And it's crazy to see the size difference, obviously, between our amateurs who are much older than our preteens and mature kids who had to face this obstacle. You know, the smaller athletes really had to wrap themselves around the wall and push. These guys are just swinging their legs over and taking a nice stroll through the park.
Definitely. He's taking a rest, making sure he's all ready to go for this beast.
Locks his feet in with that J hook. Really making sure that his legs are doing more of the work than his arms right now, saving that upper body strength. Now has to tame the beast.
See, it tilts down that little bit once you get going.
Making his way through those bars onto the T-bar. Gonna have to grab that V-hold, which I believe drops and swings down. You can see those bungees.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it doesn't. It locks in place, but it does
sways.
spin.
Yep.
It does, yeah. Still, our first look.
And he's got it.
Here on Tame the Beast. Great run out of Troy. 2 minutes, 35 seconds. Definitely plenty of time to still clear. He's just going to have to move with a bit more urgency.
Yep, he's going to have to use... His arms get a little bit of a break here. But I think he's pretty gassed from that. That was a big fight there, but he got through it first go, too, so he still has his 2 retries left. He's taking a breather, getting ready for the next 2 obstacles, which are both agility.
Nice strides through Don't Spin It to win it. Gonna come up to the coaster now. You can see the relief on his face.
It's old school style skateboard. No problem for Troy. Now vaulting up to this wall here.
Has to make that trampoline jump. Now, we've seen some athletes pause on the trampoline and gather themselves. We've also seen some immediately spring forward to that bar on jousting. Wonder what his approach is going to be. He's on the taller side, so I do think that that jump could absolutely benefit him in terms of time.
Yeah, but part of this jousting obstacle is the cliffhanger you see.
Oh, we might be seeing a different direction for our amateur athletes. Got to go up to this ring and make a swing over somewhere.
Oh yeah, you got to go to that other ring right there, I believe.
Well,
so you have to like redirect.
Troy's a little circular, straightens out beautifully though.
Oh, he should get it right here. Is it a... Yeah, it looks like a lâché. Oh, he just...
down. But you know what? That's okay.
But yeah, he has time remaining to get through this.
Gonna use his first retry. 45 seconds roughly remaining on the clock for him. But the time taking to rest could definitely become problematic for his time overall. He's got to get going if he wants to get through jousting. Making it to the 8th obstacle will definitely put him in a good spot on the leaderboard, as sometimes that's been enough to make it to the Premier Series finals.
Yeah, he's just got to go for it here. Get that grab, get that pull. Full send.
But now
10 seconds, he has to get a big kick here.
Perhaps using that wall to straighten himself out would be smart, but he just drops down instead. Little gassed, but still an incredible run. Did not give up until he absolutely ran out of time.
Yep, great fight out of Troy that whole way through. Gets through this really tough grip obstacle, the Beast, on his first go. But I think it was pretty taxing. He was pretty gassed after that, but he still made it through a few more obstacles. Nice work out of Troy. Just slipped up on that ring there. So now we're moving on to our next athletes. Next up, oh yeah, Owen Mitchelson. I remember he went right out of the gate with a really crazy, smooth parkour like Kong move, and then he slipped up, whiffing the ring. So I think he's going to be a wild card here. I don't think he's shown us everything he's capable of.
I agree. Definitely some untapped potential that we have not seen today.
What did he just do? Did he just do a back handspring?
He might have.
I just saw him do a back handspring.
I really hope the replay got that because there's a side flip. Yeah, no, he's having fun. He's on a trampoline this time.
Shades of Levi Neuenberg here.
Okay, the ring is.
Oh, he's going right for the ring. Yeah, he's going right for the ring into the nunchucks.
You know what? I like the use of the trampoline there as well. We've seen a lot of athletes really try and get awkward about it, but the amount of time and energy he just saved, although I guess the energy balances out with all the acrobatics.
Definitely a parkour guy. That Kong belt definitely showed us. It was just a taste of things to come.
And now, just sizing up the coaster here. Got to make sure his foot placement is proper. And on he goes.
Barely over a minute into his run, too. He just looked so smooth and calm and and showing off his tricks along the way.
Now has to face jousting. We have not seen anyone get past this obstacle yet. Taking a high approach here, perhaps to be able to turn his body immediately in the direction he wants to be swinging in.
He's going to reach. Nice big static grab there. Now going over to that wheel and right to the dismount.
Now
nice
for
work.
A new obstacle 8, Sky Miles.
You can see it's a sky hook obstacle here. But I believe you start off with that crank thing right there. Kind of like a crank it up.
And we can see, he really just tried to go straight for the ring. Gonna have to pull back a little more. Or go for the lache.
Got it.
And I honestly feel like maybe that crank and that skyhook meant to be used for something else, but Owen has absolutely already broken the beta for that.
Yeah. Now for the TikTok boxed in.
Boxed in was such a killer in the preteen division. Making that grab onto the bar as the board drops is definitely not an easy feat, but Owen making it look easy. He's going to hop right over.
Right through.
Now for the final obstacle, all the glory. It's very likely we'll see our first finish here. Going to have to make one more move than the preteens did on this flying bar segment.
Lots of time left here.
Well, he definitely has plenty of time. The question is his time to the buzzer going to be enough to land in that top 4?
Look at this. Moving all the way around.
I love the lock off as well, so he could properly match with that cannonball. And Owen Mitchelson hits the buzzer on the challenge course with a time of 3 minutes, 30 seconds. Puts him in an amazing spot and gives him a very good chance at advancing to finals.
Wow. Like I said, I had that feeling after that Kong vault, but look at this flick flack here. Look at that.
Yeah, Owen absolutely crushed the course and did it with style. I think my only critique is those moves in between obstacles might cost him a couple seconds, and we've seen a couple seconds really cost some athletes in qualifying for finals, but a buzzer is a buzzer, and a buzzer is very tough to beat when you're fighting for top 4 spots.
So controlled that whole run. No problem. So as of right now, he is in first place, but there's still 11 runners left. So we'll see if he can hold on to one of those 4 qualifying spots. Will that time hold up?
Well, we'll find out as Chris Aquino takes on the course now. A little wobbly on up, and away. Those steps do bounce a bit. His feet might have, it looked like his feet might have touched the wrong mat. That's okay. He's going to use his first retry. Obviously, a little earlier than one would like to lose a retry, but thankfully his run is not over.
There he goes.
Coming up to plank run. Taking a nice swing, pushing off of that plank to gain some extra momentum before standing on there. Very resourceful.
Pulling through now on this ring. Oh, there he goes.
On through the second obstacle. Now coming up to round the bend, number 3. Gonna wrap around the wall. And again, on the taller side, I think he can let go of the rope and really go for that jump to the finish.
Be careful not to slip here, and he's got it.
You know, the run started off a little shaky, but we find Chris Aquino at the 4th obstacle. Not really that phased. Now, we just saw Owen go for that ring from the trampoline. However, Chris is going to go back to climbing that rope. Oh, but he just misses the ring. His feet are dangerously close to touching. He's trying to hook him in.
Can he get back to the dismount? Or get back to the start of the platform? I think the rope's too far out now. But he's climbing up now.
Makes contact with that first nunchuck. Gonna get 2 hands on it. But they're really close together. I'm worried about how much grip he's got. Drops down. And this is going to be his second retry used.
Yep, this will be his last one. Can he get it here? Eyeing it up, climbing up through, but does he have the grip strength? Holding on, fighting.
On that rope.
He's
down. And that's going to do it for Chris Aquino. Currently does put him in a decent spot on the leaderboard, but as the 4th runner, it is very important to note that someone will be knocked out of finals contention from here on out.
Yep, definitely fought through there. Just wasn't enough. Next up, we have Matt Rayner.
Matt had a very impressive placement course run until a small slip up towards the back half of the course. Definitely someone I think we could see still go very deep into this course.
Yeah, he got to the very last obstacle, I believe. And so we'll see what he's capable of here on the challenge course.
You can see he's definitely having fun at the starting line. But he's all business as he breezes right through up and away. Oh, okay. He's doing a little
tried to
do there.
Yeah, tried to do the handspring.
I love that they're all having fun, making fun of each other a little bit, sharing a good laugh.
Nice and quick through the first couple obstacles here.
Matt Rayner. Quickly on to Tame the Beast. It's been a little over 30 seconds, and he's doing great. It looks like he might go for that trampoline jump the same way Owen did. Gets the ring almost.
I think that's the play. I think he just needs to commit a little more to that jump. I think he had 1 foot too far out in front of the other, but it looks like he's going to go for the rope here.
I agree. And I also think going with one hand, I mean, it forces your body to turn in the opposite direction. And that takes away how much height you get. Going with 2 hands and making contact definitely is a more efficient approach.
Here he goes. Gets up there, no problem now. But tilts down, yep, in the middle there.
Great lock-offs.
Yep, just got to keep that momentum going. hops right to there, to the V hold. One backswing here, and he's going to go for the dismount. He's got it. 3 minutes left still.
Matt Rayner is going to be the second person to take on Don't Spin It to win it, or third person to take on Don't Spin It to win it. Making great time as well, just passing the 90-second mark as he takes on Coaster. This does put him in the top 4 for now, but the further he gets, obviously, the more insurance he has as more top athletes emerge on this course. Great leap there on Jousting.
Definitely, and now he's popping up. Going to try to reach up into this ring here.
And I like that he was trying to use the box to direct his body. Still is going to try that. And a great move.
Nice push back there. Good awareness.
A little circular, but he does have the wingspan, I think, to reach out for that ring as long as he's straight on it.
Should be lined up here on this swing right here. He should go for it right here.
Oh, just comes down. But that's okay. He still has his second retry.
Yeah, it's a pretty beefy grab there. Pretty beefy grab there as Owen, I remember Owen was just he was like fully extended, so it is a huge grab there. And Lashang ring to ring is deceivingly tough because of just the elasticity of whatever strap or whatever it's hanging off of.
And once again, a little circular, but he's going to straighten out just like he did last time. And a good reach gets it the second time around. Making it to this obstacle, or through this obstacle, is going to put him in second place at the minimum. He's got a minute 20 to make it through Sky Miles. Definitely has the opportunity to make it past this. But no retries left, so every fall from now on, or the next fall, just like that, is going to end his run.
What a great effort, though, out of Matt Rayner.
Definitely pushing through so many.
Nice work on this handspring right here.
Oh, yeah. I love seeing that. And a good pop over to the V's. I was a little worried. He came at it a little low, but he's got grip strength for days, this guy. I was impressed with his lock-offs, impressed with the hand and finger strength that he displayed. Look at that wingspan as well on the ring. Great move. And then something else I did want to point out. Taking a look at the style points here. We see Owen, really pushing through with a nice handspring there, and then we've got. I think Matt's is a little better. I don't know about you. Come on. Love to see that our Canadian athletes are bringing some fun to the course. But you can see there, Trisno Samudra currently on the bubble. Matt Rayner taking second place after that run.
No.
As Zach Wilson steps up to the starting block.
No.
Zach's getting ready to go here. He's off onto the shrinking steps. Nice and careful. Doesn't want to make an early mistake. Use up a retry.
Going to use his longer legs to really stretch out to that plank. Good pull back on the ring. And swiftly onto the third obstacle. Not wasting much time here at all. Now I wonder what his strategy is going to be on Tame the Beast. Not too concerned about him making this jump.
Yeah, I think he thought he was going to go for the trampoline there for a second.
I also
thinks
thought
better
that.
of it.
Opting to go for the rope instead, but might be grabbing the ring if he gets high enough. Nope, just going to go straight for that first nunchuck. Spinning around a lot, though. And there we go. Now he's onto the tilting spine. Can he? Yes, there we go. Making movements. You can see that right arm a little more locked off than the left right now. And now he's not really locked off at all. He's just going pure grip strength. A very impressive display here.
Now he's getting ready for this last jump here. He's got it.
You see his hands a little uneven, causing it to spin around, but it's enough for him to hold on and get on out of there.
Now working his way down over to the next two agility obstacles.
This does put Zach in the top 4 for now. But, of course, you know he wants more. You know he's probably going to need more with all of the talent that's following him on this course.
Absolutely.
Ooh, has to reposition on coaster just a little bit, but he lands
He has a clean run so far. He has 2 minutes to finish the last 4 obstacles. It is doable. So we'll see if he can get through here.
He's just going to have to take a little less rest time than he has been. Now it looks like he's going to do what Owen did and climb up top so he can grab that wooden ring and really control the direction that his body is swinging in. Sizing up that move. Gets a good turn. And I like the use of the box.
Trying to get the momentum. Oh, it just slips off. But now he's good use using that arm. Just misses the timing there. He's got to pull back and move his core back on the backswing here.
And now he's at a dead hang, spinning around and waiting to see if he can make the adjustment. He's going to take a drop. That's all good. A tactical drop might be the play here. Still a minute to get through this obstacle, and that'll put him in a good spot on the leaderboard.
But this time he will have to beat it, or else his run is over.
He's going to take the same approach, which I think is the right approach to do. I just don't think he had enough power.
There he goes. Commits to it there. He's got it. He's going to be our 3rd athlete now into Sky Miles.
Okay. I was worried about that grab on the truss, but I guess not. His run is still alive, and he's got plenty of time to get through Sky Miles. A good grab onto that bar. And we're going to have to see that grab to the ring.
It's a little off kilter here, but can he get that momentum back going the right way? Gonna have to muscle his way over to the next hook.
15 seconds left.
Can you go for it?
Get it and get out of there. Just misses it.
He has the time though, but he has to go right away.
He's essentially going to have to link this first section at the very least. And the lights are flashing. 10 seconds.
Gonna have to link right here.
Much more urgency this time around. And very centered. Unfortunately, he's going to run out of time. But he had the right idea on that second attempt.
Get a nice effort out of Zach. It's looking smooth. Got through that beast. No problem. Hopped right up onto the skateboard here. Yep, then he made this massive static here. Nice work. But then time was starting to run short. He had to slip up on the skyhook. Couldn't make it through in time, but still nice work. That puts him in 3rd for now.
You can really see the benefit of this retry system, allowing athletes who maybe felt a little awkward on their first attempt on an obstacle, like Zach did on the skyhooks, really allowing to make that correction.
Absolutely. As next we got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Paul Norris.
Paul already taking on the course very quickly through up, and away. These first few obstacles, more so about how quickly you get through them, not necessarily expending energy.
Paul moving through now.
You can see Paul has ditched the shell in favor of a momentum movement jersey.
Good representing his home gym as he's moving on to round the bend. kicking off the wall here, getting us momentum in the right spot.
He's
Now
gonna
for the big
wind
jump
up
here.
Now, the real question is he going to go for the rope or the trampoline? Looks like the rope.
I think we're
Gonna
going to
take
see a lot
the
of... I think Owen's run was kind of a taste of what we're going to see later with some of our top finishers from the challenge or from the placement course. I think we're going to see a lot more because they're going to be thinking about finishing time, not just finishing. And so I think we're going to see a lot of athletes go for that trampoline jump and hop right into the nunchucks.
I agree. Our preteen divisions were almost entirely a race to the buzzer for the top four, so I could very well see that happening in the amateur division.
He's got the grab here. Now he's just has to match his hands. Does he have the grip left? Like we've mentioned, that rope climb is deceivingly taxing on the grip. Regardless of if you're using legs or not. Gets the first one. Just keep matching here.
Doesn't look the most confident, but it looks like his left hand might have blocked his right as he was trying to make a grab. Gonna have to place it a little lower. Of course, there's risk to that, and that might be what he was trying to avoid.
That's for sure. But Michael Chow, his coach, giving him some ideas. I think he's telling him how to match on these nunchucks. And maybe span them, so maybe go reach with every other and then follow through with the back. So now he's going with the ring here.
Taking a big swing. Looks like he wants to really just reach up to that nunchuck. This is also what we saw Owen do. He reached up for the second nunchuck, but Paul goes down.
Still, good effort out of Paul. So one thing we see, especially on this obstacle in particular, like really shows how much the athletes fight for it when they're struggling. Nobody wants to give up. And that's what we love about Ninja.
And that's going to put Paul in 5th place, just outside the top 4, which means Troy Helming holds on to 4th place for now. We are officially halfway through the amateur males challenge course. 7 athletes have gone, 7 athletes remain, so no one is safe. Even Owen Mitchelson's impressive run to the buzzer is in jeopardy because there still could be 4 clears faster than that.
Yep, I think we're gonna see a couple runs where they just go all out. We're going into our finishers now. So up first we have Lucas Vitanich, our finishers of the placement course. Out of Oregon.
Well, Lucas
Popping right through. Oh yeah, right out of the gate. Really quickly through.
And on average, our athletes have been spending about 25 to 30 seconds to get to round the bend. Lucas is going to spend 28 seconds to get past it. Already making a good pace. Oh, try to grab that
Arms
first
only.
nunchuck.
Great display grip strength there. Arms only on the rope, and he's just going hand over hand here.
And it's that efficiency that's going to make the difference and get him in a good spot on the leaderboard as long as he doesn't make a careless mistake, which so far Lucas is having an incredibly clean run.
Nice pop through there.
He's not wasting any time. He's jumping straight into don't spin it to win it. Those discs, they do spin, but if you're light-footed enough and step far enough in the center like Lucas just did, they're more of just a striding motion, and Lucas seemed to take advantage of that.
This is our fastest pace so far to this point.
Now, is he going to get up top or is he going to come around the side? Looks like he's going to be up top. It worked for both Owen and Matt, so I don't see why change it.
big static max reach out there. Just casually. Now he still has 3 minutes left. With three
It's been a
obstacles.
minute and a half, and he's on obstacle 8 out of 10.
It's been so smooth here.
He kicks the ring a little bit, but manages to catch it anyway.
No problem. Now for the skyhook. Man, he had so much swing there. I thought he was going to skip to the dismount.
So did I, but it looked like he maybe just had a little bit too much momentum going forward. Got too close to that second hook. Regardless, he's on boxed in now, just 2 obstacles away from the buzzer. Interesting technique, kicking it. He's going to pull it back and give himself a bigger jump automatically, but you have to think he still has to generate that swing, and that's exactly what he's doing. Got to reach up for that trapeze bar. Pretty high up, but I guess these amateurs are on the taller side. That was more of a reach than it was a hop.
Yeah, but now he's eyeing up. Going for this trapeze with a weird weight distribution because of the board, but it's no problem for Lucas. 1 obstacle left with loads of time left.
Lands the first move. He's got 2 to go. Only 3 minutes have passed. 30 seconds. 3 minutes, 30 seconds was Owen's time to the buzzer, so Lucas could very well beat it.
He's got to rotate around. Don't fight it too much. And buzzer.
That's the buzzer without even stepping on the platform. He just grabs that cannonball. 3 minutes, 11 seconds. Throws Lucas into first place for now.
Wow. That was just a really smooth, casual run there. That might be good enough to get him into the top 4, but you never know. I think could have been almost too casual.
I don't know about that. He had a very fast pace, especially on that first half of the course. Only really, once he got to the 8th obstacle, did it feel like he was being a bit more methodical. He just knew exactly what he had to do earlier on and didn't really pump the brakes at all.
Yeah, it's fair. Sometimes people are just fast and you don't notice it, like if they're just casually just efficient. As we can see, our leaderboard, he goes right up to the top, one of our 2 finishers so far. Next up we have Baker Mitchell, out of Bellingham, Washington.
And just a reminder to everybody, we are in the territory of all of our clears on the placement course now. Baker took 6th place with a 36-second run. Very impressive. And now we're seeing his skill remain consistent throughout this challenge course so far. We'll try and hop up there quickly on to Tame the Beast.
Moving on through here. No problem. Eyeing up this grab. Nice and controlled. One of our taller athletes here. Right to the dismount. Just a minute has elapsed here. Just moving on to the coaster. Yep.
Oh, a bit of a back foot slide there. And Baker is going to have to use his first retry on coaster. Gets the hang of it this time around. You can see there where some athletes were striding. Baker's just kind of stepping, got longer legs, very tall.
He's definitely going to try to just go for a normal static here. He might not need to commit as much to this swing as long as he gets himself in the going in the general direction. He shouldn't have as much of an issue staticking over. Should be able to get it right here. No problem.
He's going to make a quick turnaround and is now going to face Sky Miles. And a quick pop onto the ring. Gonna switch his grip to make sure that ring doesn't come out of his hands. He doesn't peel away. And a quick dismount. Sends him over to boxed in. This does put him in the top 4 at the moment. Actually puts him in 3rd place right now. It's been 2.5 minutes.
Moving on through. There's plenty of momentum here. Got to get up to the trapeze, and he's got it.
He's going to have to just pull himself into that box, which he does.
2 more obstacles left.
Great grab onto that bar. Now, I'm a little worried about our taller athletes here, as that lache, their feet can really hit the box or go into the box, but Baker had no problem whatsoever. Doesn't look like he's going to be faster than Lucas's time to the buzzer, and he might just be a little slower than Owen if he waits too long. So here we go.
Last obstacle, all the glory. Flying bar.
Oh, but he drops down.
Slips off.
Lands it in the cradles, though. He knows he can make the move. He's just going to have to hold on. 1:09 remaining. And now Baker makes the
There he
grab
goes.
this time. Gonna hop it over to the next set of cradles.
Next set. He's got it.
All he has to do is pop it into those hooks, get it to rotate.
Oh, right on the edge, but he has it.
Oh, but he's got to make a good grab
Oh,
on that
come on.
cannonball. Can he save it?
No!
Mitchell goes down right in front of the buzzer.
So close. Just ran out of grip at the very end. Oh. That was
Heartbreaking way to
so
end the run.
close.
But still had an amazing run up to that point.
Yeah, it still great. Like you said, great run. Really was. You could tell he was starting to really slip on that cannonball, but he was fighting for it, but just slipped off there. That puts him in 3rd so far.
You know, now that I think about it, if you were to lock that cradle, which it does lock when you make that rotation, you're in the hooks. The bar can't really spin on you if you have a mixed grip. Could you possibly make a massive throw to the buzzer? I know there's that truss in front of them, but is the buzzer worth that?
Yeah, now we're headed into our top 5 from the placement course. First up, we got Nix Young out of New York. Top 5 all had really fast runs. And so I'm really excited how all 5 of them do on this challenge course. Right through, no hesitation. It's popping right up now. Full speed.
He's going to make a jump onto around the bend, not wasting a second here, really making sure that he has the speed to push through. Looks like he's going to go for the rope instead of the trampoline. Gets a good hop up on the rope, making sure that he doesn't have to use too much strength or lose too much time, and going hand over hand on those nunchucks as well.
Looking really smooth here. Dead hanging, saving a lot of energy, pulling right through. Going for this pop-up. He's got it.
And a good stride through Don't Spin It to win it. He's going to come right into Coaster. He's just past 1:10, but there's another slip on Coaster.
It just rushes a little too much. But it's
And
all
while
good.
It's definitely good to be moving quick here, but he doesn't need to push it that much. It's only been 1:15 for him. He's making a great pace so far.
Definitely. He's moving on over. It's a pretty tall dude, so should be able to static this. There he goes. No problem. Nix Young now on to Sky Miles. 3 obstacles left. Nice little kickoff there. Links right through. First we've seen today. Very comfortable on skyhooks.
Coming into boxed in now, trying to generate as much power as possible on that metronome. And there's a good big front swing there. Gonna reach up for the trapeze, probably on this next move.
He's got it.
Perfect.
Just under 2 minutes left. Nix Young now eyeing up the last 2 obstacles.
And a great Lachey.
No problem.
Managed to tuck his legs back there and not hit the box. It's only been 3 minutes, or a little under 3 minutes. So Nix Young, pardon me, is looking at a great time to the buzzer right now.
Oh, he slips off. Looked like his grip was just a little too open there. He's got to really remember to make sure to get those thumbs wrapped around on this flying bar. He's got plenty of time left. Don't try to. Oh,
This is hop again.
Oh,
That's
so
gonna end
close.
Nix's run.
Yeah,
But a very
but
fast time to that obstacle.
yeah, that puts him into 3rd place, but just got a little too over to one side. That's the tricky thing with flying bars. You know, a lot of people use switch grabs, and that's usually the best way to do them. But if you're not careful, you can get a little bit too over to one side. I think he was starting to kind of swing just a little bit too much to one side, and that's enough to make it sway over while you're in midair. As you can see there, he beats Baker Mitchell by 8 seconds.
And it looks like we're going to be coming into our final 4 runners now, which means that once again, guys, no one is safe in qualifying for the finals just yet. The last 4 runners could very well take the top 4 spots. But of course, you have to think Lucas Vitanich and Owen Mitchelson are in very good position to advance. Lucas just has to do better than one of these last 4 runners. And we're going to get started with Alexander Crumlin.
Yep, Alex, he's looked really strong in the placement course. Really looking forward to seeing how he does on this longer challenge course that really has gassed out a lot of our athletes. Especially near the end, they seem to get pretty tired out here. But he's not hesitating one bit, knowing what he has to do to make it into the top 4 here.
Great time so far to round the bend, but it's really the time to tame the beast that matters right now. As Tame the Beast is where we see multiple strategies being utilized. It's important to know what you're doing and being able to execute properly on the first attempt. You see Alex going with the rope.
If he can get through this course with the fastest time, he will be locked in to the Premier Series finals regardless of the last 3 runners. So he's definitely moving without any hesitation here. Popping right up.
I'm worried about tripping on this trampoline.
Now, getting ready
I keep looking back.
for the little agility intermission here. Next 2 obstacles, don't spin it to win it, and coaster.
Coaster, not so much your typical agility, just have to land on the right spot, which Alex very clearly been on a board before. Oh, but his foot might have touched there.
Oh, it did.
He looked very natural skating down that ramp, but it was just the latter portion of coaster that did him in.
There he goes.
Gonna take a little breath.
Still has one retry left. 2 minutes 45 seconds left. Now he has the wingspan for this ring grab here.
But he wants to make sure that he's swinging into this at the right angle. I like that he's using that hole right there to make sure that he's straighter on to grab that black ring. He's got the wingspan, as you said. Go now. Ooh, a Lachey. Ooh, a one-handed save. Wow.
Nice work.
That's going to definitely make the highlight reel. Are you kidding me?
Jeez. Yeah, he was really going for that swing there. Kind of surprised he went for the Lachey, but it worked out.
Definitely.
Take
And
a
now,
breather.
currently, I believe his time to this point puts him in the top 5, puts him in 5th place. But making it 2 Sky Miles is no longer enough. You're going to have to beat Boxed In if you want to be in the top 4. Sky Miles just the next obstacle in his way. And there's the transfer.
No problem here, but he's going to have to pick up the pace a little bit here going into these last couple obstacles.
And in fact, looking at his time to this point, even if he clears Boxed In, he's not going to be fast enough to make that top 4. It's buzzer or bust for Alexander Crumlin.
Yeah, as we can see again, just this back half of the course really has gassed out a lot of these athletes, but he's still fighting hard, still looking good. Now he's trying to get the momentum going on this TikTok. Got to really drive those legs.
Oh,
he slips up. Yeah, you really gotta. What you really gotta do is just drive those knees on the. When you're turned around, drive those knees as it swings back or forward into your direction. As you'll see, he's gonna try to do that. It's just all about the time. You really gotta get a good feel for it right out of the bat, right out of the gate. And
oh, but he trips and he falls over the platform, and that's going to end Alexander Crumlin's run. Not the way we expected that to go at all.
That was laughing it off. That was a pretty good end of the run. Nice little trip there, but yeah, great fight out of Alex. Just toe tap there on that landing.
He was really trying to speed through, especially this back half of the course, starting with coaster. And he took a lot of stumbles. You could tell, not really hesitating. He was all gas, no brakes throughout the entire back half here. And unfortunately, that did cost him in the end.
Yeah, and then
I can't believe what we just saw.
Wow, that was great.
Unfortunate, though.
All good, though. Still a great run out of Alex. I'm sure he'll be having a lot of great runs throughout the rest of this WNL Season 9.
Now we're going to take it back to Rory Yago, who was our first runner on the placement course, landed in 3rd place overall. And he is not wasting a second.
Pulling right through.
Getting maybe his feet a little twisted up, but he seems to be all right. Gonna go for that ring jump.
There we go. It's not that bad at all. And he's gonna go out like halfway here. Yep. Only uses one nunchuck. Thinks about linking, but gets a little sideways. There he goes. Gets himself lined back up. He is moving.
And huge strides through Don't Spin It to Win It. He has not even crossed the minute mark, Philip, and he's already on obstacle 7 out of 10.
Wow, he's just moving, just floating through everything. Nice stack there.
A good landing. A minute 10 onto obstacle 8. Sky Miles coming right up. He's going to
Now
pull
Rory's
back.
getting over.
Is he going to link the Sky
Hopping
Hook?
right
Yes,
through.
he does.
Coach is in the way.
What a run so far. Looking so collected.
Hasn't had to
calm and
use
collected
any
here.
of his retries either.
Yeah, it's 3 minutes left still.
And it looks like he's looking to grab that trapeze now, which he does. Taking a nice little stroll onto this board. Grabs the bar with a mixed grip. Is he going to get that lache? Perfect. Basically didn't need that trapeze, but always good to have that extra stability. Not even 2 minutes has passed, and he's on the final obstacle, all to glory.
He's going to put an exclamation mark here on his trip to Brooklyn. Moving right through. He's going to have over 2 minutes left. He can get this last cannonball. Hits the buzzer.
Nice hit on the buzzer. A time of 2 minutes, 17 seconds, beating out Lucas Vitanich's time by almost an entire minute.
Wow. Yeah, that was just, he was looking just so smooth there. Just bowing down to him. That was just incredibly quick.
And now you can see just the huge level of efficiency on Tame the Beast there. From the trampoline jump to skipping nunchucks. This is the new standard, especially with our final 2 runners in the male division coming up. They now know the bar has been set very high. 3 of our top 4 have been clears on the course. They know that they're essentially going to have to match that.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun to watch because that is I talked about it earlier. When you have athletes run before you that put on the time pressure, it's tough, but like you got to really rise up to the occasion. I think these 2 athletes are going to try to beat that time for sure. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Well, there we have it. Rory Yago taking first place for now, but our top 2 from the placement course, starting with Harry Davis, is about to join in. Actually, this does mean that Rory and Lucas actually are guaranteed in the Premier Series finals with only 2 runners left. They will remain in that top 4. But Nix Young is currently on the bubble in 4th place, while Owen Mitchelson is
Harry's
and
going
not safe. Yeah,
Harry's going
Harry's
crazy
moving
here.
faster than the camera can move right now.
He's moving so fast the camera got out of focus as he's now popping right up.
A great backswing. The time to get in the top 4 is 2 minutes 50 seconds to the final obstacle. But of course, you know Harry wants and expects a buzzer. It is
Quick
not.
wonder
It has
bar
been
here.
45 seconds. What a run
Looking
so far.
so comfortable on this course. Just gotta be careful on this coaster. No problem. 3.5 minutes left.
Just gonna give himself a little quick turnaround before hopping into jousting.
I
He's gonna
think
pop
this is our
himself
fastest
onto the
time so far.
At the
to this
moment,
point.
it is.
Yeah, he's just gotta commit to this reach here. Oh, he gets it right away. Nice
Oh!
little match.
Good stabilization on that platform there. Gonna jump into Sky Miles. Possibly to Link.
Run to you.
Nope, but he is gonna control his swing a bit before that sky hook move. There it is.
Gets it, and then just
In a
throw right
minute
to the
and a
dismount.
half. These athletes, Philip,
Right
they are
into the TikTok.
going crazy right now.
He's gonna try to 1 pump this maybe. 2. Yeah, he's gonna 2 pump it. Yep. And then
I think a third, yep. And now he's going. Almost went fully horizontal on that backswing with the metronome. And there we go, a big kick back. Right in
now flying bar. He's going right for it. He's
Now
looking
this
for
does
it.
put him in 4th place right now, but you know he wants and probably needs more if he's going to get to the finals.
2 more jumps. 2 more jumps to Brooklyn. 1 more.
All right, he's got to force it. He didn't really come in with a lot of momentum. He's going to have to shuffle that rotating bar itself. And there's the buzzer. With a time of 2:22, that puts him in 2nd place. Not the fastest time, but he is going to Brooklyn.
Yep, that locks him in. He looked so smooth there that whole run.
Congratulations.
Rory's...
How powerful that was.
Yeah, that was just amazing. That just shows you how crazy Rory's run was, too, because he was so quick through all the obstacles here. Pretty sure he was a bit faster than Rory through some of them. But it's just little things on the course just add up, but it still gets 2nd, locks his way into Brooklyn. What a run.
There's that buzzer again. Which means taking a look at the leaderboard, Rory Yago still holds on with 2:17. Harry taking 2 minutes 22 seconds in 2nd place. And Owen Mitchelson, Mr. Style Points, with his time to the buzzer of 3 minutes 30 seconds, is currently on the bubble with 1 runner left. There is a chance that Owen's very, very eccentric run might not be enough to get him to the finals. But it all depends on how our last runner does in the amateur male division, Tyler Creighton, who had our sub 25-second run on the placement course.
Yep, all comes down to 1 more run for the guys, Tyler Creighton. And then we still got, 8, 9 more runners too after that? This course has been awesome.
Once again, Rory Yago, Harry Davis, Lucas Vitanich, all locked into their spots at Ferox's Premier Series Finals. And here comes Tyler Creighton. It's going to be either Tyler Creighton or Owen Mitchelson taking that final spot.
Here he goes, just flying right through. You know, if his placement course was anything to go by, he's going to go full send here.
Well, so far not stopping for anything right now. Really trying to push off the wall. Great technique on round the bend. Has to get moving, though. And you already know he's going to go for that trampoline jump. Or he's not, actually. Going to cost him a couple of seconds here, but
Monkey
making
barring
very
his way
light
through.
work. A good pullback. Great Lachey. And he is basically right. He's basically right on pace with Rory and Harry to this point. If I were Owen Mitchelson right now, I'd be sweating a little bit.
Yeah, he is looking very smooth here. Just a tiny bit behind Harry's pace to this point, but still, they're all so evenly matched.
Now, the time limit for the course is 4 minutes 30 seconds, but really the time limit to get to finals is 3 minutes 30 seconds.
He's going to preload here.
It has only been a minute 20 for Tyler Creighton.
He's going to go for the dismount here. He gets it.
Oh, nope, it's marked as a fall. He's got to go back. And while he's definitely capable of clearing this obstacle, that time is now ticking away.
Yeah, he just dismounted off to the side a little too much. He's going to have to go for it here. It's still doable for him, but he's going to have to full send here.
But you know what? He's still got a little under 2 minutes to get to that buzzer in time to land in the top 4. 2 minutes for these last few obstacles is definitely doable.
But he has to worry about now getting into the top 4.
No, it's okay.
He has to commit to this jump pretty early here.
Got to go on this next one, which he gets. And this is where it's going to get very intense. Oh,
Ooh,
one-handed
what a
save. He's going to have to take an extra swing here. But he lands it and is now on the final obstacle. It's been 2 minutes.
Go here.
He's still got a minute 10 left to get to the buzzer. and qualify for finals.
Okay.
He can't afford a fall here, but it doesn't look like he's gonna.
One more jump here.
And there's the move.
Oh, what a save.
Top end there. Not this.
Just get this around, grab the cannonball. Tyler Creighton's going to Brooklyn.
And he's going to finish with a time of 2:51, puts him in third place overall. A great podium finish for Tyler Creighton. We will be seeing him once again at the Premier Series Finals.
Was right up there on pace with our top two, and then had that slip up, but still had a really strong run, still secured himself a podium.
And a great move right there. A little wobbly, but you saw even with that slip up on Sky Miles, he managed to make the recovery. Still ended up with the third fastest time. Might just have to clean up a couple of things for finals, but definitely a force to be reckoned with and one to keep your eye out for as he jumps into the finals.
That's for sure. As you can see, there are our 4 athletes qualifying, as now we're headed right into our ladies, who
That's
will
right,
be
we
our
have-
4 headed to Brooklyn.
Yep. We have 8 athletes in the amateur female division. Half of them will be going to finals. The other half, unfortunately, will not. However, there is a chance that we could see our top 5, not top 4, make it to finals, depending on how Daniela Blanchard does. Daniela's already qualified for finals, so the next qualifying spot would be passed down to her if she to 5th place if Daniela is in the top 4. But for now, Kayla Norris really going for a fast pace here. Got to think possible relation to Paul Norris, who we saw earlier today. Great movement so far. She's going to give it a pull back and is moving very smoothly through plank run. I believe the time limit for the ladies is 4 minutes 45 seconds. Just has to wrap herself around the
getting
bend.
around the wall.
Nice. Very clean, very clean. Make sure you get up.
She goes now, eyeing up the jump.
Nice.
She's got it.
Now we'll see if she's going to go for the rope or for that trampoline jump. One is faster and a little riskier. The other a little safer, but costs you more energy.
Here we go now.
Gonna go with
Getting
the rope,
those feet locked in.
but her feet are dangerously close to the mat there. It's amazing they haven't
She's
touched
got it
it.
going now.
She's locked in. Slowly working her way up the rope.
There she goes, grabbing onto that one.
She
Oh,
drops down.
matched with the other hand. If she matched higher, that would have worked out, but let's see if she can get it this time. Here she
Kayla.
goes.
Time's ticking away for her, but she's locking back in on that rope. Oh, but she drops
just
down,
slipped off.
and that's going to do it for Kayla's run. Still has a smile on her face. Always great to see that she's remaining in a good mood, high spirits. Great jump there on round the bend. Leaves
Okay,
the
this-
door slightly open for the other competitors to jump in, but at the same time, you never know what can happen on these courses. You never know what happens in Ninja.
Absolutely.
We're going to take it back to the starting line very soon for Sharon Brown-John We actually saw her daughter, Lily, qualify for the finals yesterday. See if Sharon can join her.
Yep, and her other daughter, Nora, one of her top teen athletes, is going to be competing in her next wave in a couple hours.
Great stride so far on Up, Up, and Away. Obviously, the Brown-John family, very talented. Getting 3 athletes to qualify for Premier Series in general is a huge feat in and of itself. But so far, they've all performed very well. Sharon making very light work of plank run.
Looking really smooth here. She is our Masters champion.
There you go. Nice.
Wraps right around the wall. And a quick jump. Making a very fast time to tame the beast at the moment. Does put her ahead of Kayla. But of course, beating this obstacle is probably going to be incredibly important in getting in that top 4. A missed grab on that nunchuck, but she makes contact the second time around.
Yep, matching high. There she goes.
It's good to have one low hand, one high hand. Textbook lock-off technique right there as well.
Now for the last lachey here.
Great
Nice
grab
work.
out of Sharon. With a smile. And the dismount. She's going to head
There
right
we
over
go.
to Don't Spin It to win it.
Opts for the stairs.
Now we're seeing her kind of map out, visualize her footwork here on this obstacle. One of our shorter athletes, smaller stride, so she is going to 2-step that, but it's still not a problem for Sharon.
Absolutely, and now she's head on to coaster. Just got to look out for the back foot here as you walk onto these balance beams. No problem.
Just chalking up a little bit before taking on jousting. 2 minutes, 30 seconds remaining on the clock. It's been about 2 minutes and 15 seconds into her run. A good grab onto that bar. Now, given her size, it's probably best that she heads up top, which is exactly what she does. She can grab that ring and control the swing a little better.
Headed back to the box. Getting her momentum going the right way. Good
Ooh.
awareness here.
I like the toe hook there. Now she's going forward and back. She needs to turn to the sides a bit more. There we go. Kind of spinning around. Losing a lot of time here as well. She's trying to figure this out. Refusing to let go. Now it looks like she might be using her leg to redirect. Yes. Kind of going in a... Yep, now she's getting better in the right direction.
Nice work. Great coaching by Michael Chow here.
Oh,
she
almost
just
had the
misses.
lachey.
So close. That was a great recovery, though.
Got both
Now
of her
she knows-
hands in the ring.
And now she knows what she has to do here.
Gonna take a little break before taking on jousting once again. Gotta make that hop. And up she goes to the top of the box. Gonna grab that ring once again. Hopefully is able to get in the swing of things, literally speaking here, a little faster than the first attempt. There is the directional change, but she misses the lachey. Really tried to link that, which crazy attempt. I gotta respect the risk.
Great run out of Sharon. Looked really smooth through this whole run. Had a really good recovery, as you'll see in a second, on the jousting. Just slipped after redirecting herself. Still, nice work.
And this does mean that We have 5 runners remaining.
6.
6, pardon me. I can count. We're going to take it over to Heather Nelson very soon. Once again, Heather, a local Life Force Ninja athlete. Pushing through that first obstacle, up, up, and away. Hopping right into plank run. She's going to get moving. Reaching right over. Pulling back a little bit. And on she goes. Jumping in around the bend. Gonna have to push off the wall there to wrap her leg around, which she does perfectly.
Going right now into this dismount, no problem. She's eyeing up this rope now. Getting as much slack of it as possible so she can get a nice high grab. Get those feet locked in.
Good J-hook technique, really allowing her to use her legs and stand herself up more. Get her closer to the nunchucks without expending too much of her grip strength. But she's looking to have a hard time matching on those nunchucks right now. Oh, she's got the hang of it now. Locked off. A good technique here. One high hand, one low hand. Gonna pop into that T-bar.
She goes popping up. She's got it.
She's gonna get the dismount. And it's
Nice work.
a minute 45 seconds into her run. Gonna come into Don't Spin It to win it. Great movement out of Heather. You see that last disc start to spin a lot, but Heather got out of there quickly enough to where it didn't affect her. Gonna hop onto the coaster now. All about the proper foot placement, which she's got locked in. And now
Nice
takes
work.
on jousting.
Can she be the first through this?
Well, if she wants a higher spot on the leaderboard, she's going to have to be, as her time is a little slower to this point than Sharon.
Going up to the top now. And try to get this from this angle. Kind of whip that back around.
But she's a little too diagonal here. Going to have to correct her swing. Trying to reach back for the box.
There we
go.
go.
I like the undercling there.
A little sideways again. Got to use that core.
Trying to find a new spot to grab on that box. She's just spinning out in no man's land right now.
She's almost slamming into a box.
Gonna hook her foot in there, trying to. Oh, but she might have actually straightened herself out by doing that.
There
Now
we
she's
go.
back on track. She makes the
She's
lachet.
got it. Great fight. Great grip strength there.
And a quick drop on
she's
the
got
platform.
it.
Puts Heather Nelson into first place for the time being. Now takes on Sky Miles with 50 seconds left. Not enough time to clear the course. Definitely enough time to clear this obstacle and further extend her lead, make the other athletes have to work even harder to get into that top 4. 33 seconds. Great reverse grab. Nice
Now
mix
for the
grip.
sky hook.
You can see that her swing is a little off kilter here.
Now she's got it.
And a big move. Can she get the dismount in the next 15 seconds? She's swinging around a lot. She's got to get there.
She's got to time it just right here.
8 seconds.
It's coming
Come
back.
on, Heather.
Oh.
No! Touches down on the wrong mat. With 4 seconds left, it doesn't look like that's going to be enough unless she manages to link through everything. She gets right up there. She wants to give it one more go. Love to see the hustle. But that's going to be time for Heather. A very solid
Great work.
Once again,
Great
putting
work
her
out of Heather.
in first place.
Good job.
Taking a look back, we saw a little bit of hesitation early on, and that's why I was a little concerned when she got to jousting. She had a very smooth run on all of the obstacles, but was about 24 seconds behind Sharon Brown-John.
But she made it through and almost got this dismount here, but time was running out. Couldn't correct in time, but still great work.
I definitely want to highlight that. How difficult is it to recorrect and redirect your swing when you're spinning off axis?
Well, especially at the end of a course, it gets tough to really, because your heart rate's up, you're breathing heavy. It's tough to try to get your hips aligned in the right spot and pointed towards the dismount. But as we got Sloan Cameron out of Northwest Ninja Park in Oregon.
Now Sloan popping right through. Sloan was one of our faster runs to the penultimate obstacle on the placement course, landing her a 5th place finish. She's going to try and shuffle quickly around the bend.
Nice work.
Takes 2 steps, hops right up.
No
Is
problem.
now
Nice
present
high
hanging.
jump.
Gonna make a big grab up on the rope. Taking a climb. Excellent movement. Great job. Out of Sloan. Not a problem on those nunchucks. Gonna make that lache to the V-hold very easily. And this is one of the faster times through the first 4 obstacles we've seen. Almost overshot the platform there. Taking a breath, though. Coming into Don't Spin It to Win It. Haven't seen an athlete fall on this yet. But we've seen various levels of spin on these discs. Not a problem for Sloan, though. Now looking through the coaster here. Looked like she was trying to get some clarification.
Moving through these. Good correction there. No problem. Chalking up. Can she be the second woman through jousting today?
Definitely a great time to this point. Puts her into 3rd place at the moment. Sharon Brown-John's run, very underrated. Made it to jousting in 2 minutes. It took Sloan 2:15, so even Sharon's time might hold up for a little while. Unless Sloan makes it through jousting.
Ooh.
Good
Nice reach
one-handed
there.
cut.
Nice pinch. Using that leverage to really get the momentum going in the direction she wants. Just gotta get those hips lined, pointed towards, and your feet pointed towards that ring to try to go for that stack. Oh, she almost had it.
almost had the static. She
And a
almost-
one-handed grab. But I think at this point she definitely knows she's got it. She knows what she has to do.
Now she's going to hop back onto the trampoline for jousting. 1:20 left on the clock. Definitely not enough time to get to the buzzer, but I like this higher approach here with a little bit of a cat grab.
Yeah, a bit of a dino as now she's getting that momentum, trying to set it up.
Love to see the creativity out of these ninjas. Even, as we're nearing the end of our amateur division,
It's pretty lined up here. Can she get it? Oh, just slipped off.
Just misses again. And you can tell that she's disappointed, but still puts up a great run that puts her in the top 3 for the time being.
Sloan is in 3rd right now, just a little bit behind Nora's pace, or sorry, Sharon's pace. Nora's her daughter. Yeah, she's looking really smooth. Had the right idea, but just slipped off. Sometimes also with ring laches, the hand-eye coordination, depth perception comes into play. Like sometimes, there's definitely been a lot of times where I've just completely whiffed a ring and just ate it. So it's deceiving.
Well. I would agree. It looked like her right hand was going where she wanted to place her left, and that had her a little twisted up in midair, and that's why she fell. But still an incredible run. We're now going to take it to our top 4. 4 people have run. We're now going to be bumping people out of finals contention as Olivia Boland Ford is already on the 2nd obstacle.
If I recall right, Olivia was super close to finishing the placement course. Just slipped off trying to get into that box.
Currently sitting in 1st place is Heather Nelson. If one of the final 4 athletes does worse than her, Heather will be going to the finals. But Olivia not letting up at all. All gas, no brakes. Going to be coming up to tame the beast now. Looks like she was considering chalk, opting not to go for it. And very quickly locking in that J-hook. I love seeing
nice technique here.
Be able
right up grabbing into these vertical pipes.
A little bit in the middle. Ooh, going for a skip there. Very efficient run so far. You can see a bit of hand slippage there, but it's not going to stop Olivia. She's out of there and on to Don't Spin It to win it, not slowing down at all. Taking some strides. Great movement.
Here she goes. Moving on to jousting. She has 3 minutes left. Our fastest paces to this point. Pretty sure the fastest. No hesitation, right into the trampoline. She's getting ready for this ring jump.
Now, we've only seen one athlete in the female division beat jousting. Could Olivia be the 2nd? Taking a swing, but is a little off-center, going circular. Good correction, though. Lots of core strength required to be able to switch directions like that. Especially
got the grab.
Olivia just did.
Now just got to ride it along. Nice work. Fastest time to this point. I think this puts it into 1st place.
I believe you are correct, and that does mean that Olivia Boland Ford is guaranteed a spot in the Premier Series finals, regardless how the rest of her run goes. But of course, we want to see her push past this obstacle and the next, possibly even getting the buzzer. Definitely capable of beating these last 3 obstacles. My concern comes from the time.
She surprised herself with that cat grab. She's got it.
A great move. And now onto that sky hook. Lands
She's got it too. Can she be the first to beat the skyhooks?
She is a little crooked, though. She's got to land on that black mat.
She's got plenty of time, though. She should be lined up here. No problem.
1:15 for the last 2 obstacles. It is doable. She's just going to have to put the pedal to the metal.
Gotta really get that It's going kind of like on the side and forward. It is working, though. She's building up a lot of momentum this way.
And it looks like she wanted to go there. Probably going to go on the next one. Perfect. Still has time to clear, but going to take some seconds to chalk up. Now is to make this jump onto that bar, as the board behind her will drop. Oh, but she peels off. That's all right. She's going to use her first retry. And she's going to have to go all the way back to that metronome.
Yeah, this is all one obstacle. Let's see if she can get through it now. She knows you gotta be kind of precise, like a special delivery grab on that bar that's attached to the back side of that board. She's gonna have to be a little more mindful that she'll know how much weight comes down, because the weight distribution is pretty offset because of this board.
Good grab, gets the
She
bar
gets
this
it.
time. Can she get the dismount before time runs out? I think so. Great
She's
grab,
got it.
which means that while she does make it to the final obstacle, she will run out of time, but still an incredibly strong run from Olivia Bolin Ford.
Yep. Yep, she's our first woman today to make it all the way to the last obstacle. Great fight the whole way through. Looked really strong here on those nunchucks.
And just
Made
like
it
that, we have
Redirected
our
her
first
swing well.
athlete of this division in the finals.
Yep. Surprised herself with that grab. And then made the skyhook look easy. Redirected herself really well. Learned from her mistakes on the board. Got through it just in time to the last obstacle. That puts her solidly in first place with 3 runners left. And we will be seeing her in Brooklyn.
Someone else that we will be seeing in Brooklyn is Daniela Blanchard, who's already qualified, but is looking to gain some extra experience before Premier Series finals. Very excited to see how she does. And of course, if she makes it into the top 4, her spot for today's qualifier will be bumped down and given to whoever is in 5th place. And judging off the pace she's going at, Philip, I have a feeling we'll see her in the top 4.
Definitely. She definitely has the capability. And she had some slip-ups in the last challenge course she did at FairX, and I'm sure she's looking for a little bit of revenge, a little more practice, getting ready for the finals. But yeah, she usually goes really fast. She has a lot of grip strength. Does a lot of endurance lines at her home gym, Empire Ninja in New York.
Great movement, going hand over hand on those nunchucks. Also with a very low match. Almost looked like she was grabbing the very edge, but she makes it work. And is going to get to that V-hold, no problem. Wow! One hand over the other. Stopped it from spinning away from her. She's going to grab her hat. Got to make sure that if she beats this course, she does it in style.
Absolutely, and now she's moving on to our 2 agility obstacles. No problem, light feet there.
Oh, there we go. Recovers her balance on the coaster. Oh, but she steps to the side.
The one good thing, though, is it's not much of a time penalty on an obstacle like this if you slip up, but she has to get through it now.
Great movement there. That jolt at the end definitely threw her off a little bit, but now we find her on jousting.
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
She misses that. She's going to use her second retry, which means every attempt on an obstacle from now on is make or break for Daniela Blanchard.
Here, Coach Darren Bennett now.
There's that grab. Now, here's
Tell her
something
how
that
to do
concerns me. She hasn't tried this ring move, and she's only going to get 1 attempt on it.
Yep, if anybody can get it on the first try, it's her. She gets a really good, nice static
Incredible
move
fall.
there.
It looks like she wants her hat. She's looking at her hat, but you got to be looking at that platform. Great move there.
Nice work with the slap chalk shorts. Now after those couple little slip-ups, she's moving at a really fast pace here. Eyeing up this skyhook. Oh, and she just misses it.
And that's going to do it for Daniela Blanchard's run. Still an incredible effort. Great to see that she was trying to push herself even after qualifying for finals. That's going to put her in second place for the time being.
Yep, still great practice. Great run. Just, I think, just had a couple little slip-ups there. Went a little too high on that skyhook, so she undershot it. But she had a really good grab here on an obstacle that's really been the crux point. Still nice work.
And now I'm looking at the leaderboard here, and Daniela landing in second does mean that even if the other two athletes do better than her, Heather Nelson will get that fifth place spot at worst. So Heather Nelson is going to the Premier Series finals. Congratulations to her, along with Daniela and our current first place, Olivia Bolin-Ford. We'll see who will be joining those three ladies. It could be our next runner, Sophia Blattenbauer.
Sophia's off, moving on through.
Gonna take an extra swing here. Now, Sophia had the second fastest time on the placement course. Not necessarily going for speed at the moment, but more so efficiency, and we're definitely seeing a good showing of that on these first few obstacles.
Nice work. Plenty of time left.
Good J hook on that rope. Reaches up immediately.
Nice
Sophia's
big
on the
reach
taller
there.
side of our field today, so those reaches might come in handy for her.
She's got it now, just reaching over to this bar.
Gonna give it one extra backswing and a good grab onto that hold. And she's
No
through
problem.
the first four obstacles faster than most at the moment. But these next three obstacles can be deceptively tricky and time-consuming.
Nice big strides there. Single footing all of them.
Great movement so far.
And
One of the
great
fastest
time.
at this point. Actually, the fastest to this point. This does put her in the top four, if I'm not mistaken. 1 minute 30 seconds onto jousting. She's going to reach right over for that ring. On the taller side,
She can definitely static it.
just has to
She's
make sure her
already
swing's
going in the right direction. Yep. There she goes. Nice work. Now, gotta ride that ring around. It slanted a little bit downwards, so right to the platform. Just gotta commit and go right for it. 2.5 minutes left. Going on to Sky Miles.
Now Sophia has plenty of time to actually get the buzzer. She's just going to have to get most of these on her first attempt. She kicked the ring out, almost kicks it out. She catches it, though. Switches her hands around. I like that. Switching the arms does kind of connect to the hips there and allow her to straighten her swing.
Oh, just missed there. He's
Yeah,
going to
just
have to get it here.
It's very likely we'll be seeing Sophia in the finals with this run. But we want to see her go further. We want to see her get the buzzer. She's going to have to get Sky Miles on this next attempt, though. Doesn't kick the ring this time, keeps it steady. Is able to correct her swing just a little bit more. She's gonna twist, pull
Gotta
back,
really
and
drive
right
those
hook
hips.
the release.
Oh,
Just came up short. I think the ring got caught on the hook that second time around.
yeah, great effort though, especially coming back from injury. Looks smooth all day long.
And looking at the leaderboard, that time to jousting and that time to Sky Miles, very fast pace up to that point, the fastest we've seen so far. That is going to put Sophia in second place, which does lock her into
Great
the
work.
Series finals. Which does mean that currently on the bubble is Sharon Brown-John, as Daniela Blanchard's spot would pass down to 5th place. So Sharon is currently in a similar spot as her daughter Lily, who last night actually got 5th place, but got her spot passed down due to someone else who previously qualified competing. So could be like mother, like daughter. But Seida Maktoto, I mean, coming down very quickly.
Yeah, she flew through the placement course. I'm sure she's going to be looking to do the same here and become our first finisher.
Not a problem whatsoever on these first few obstacles. She's going to pop right through.
And Seda climbing right up. Gets a lot of rope, a lot of swing, but she gets that rope hooked in nicely. Can reach right up to the nunchucks now.
Just waiting to release her feet from the rope and get moving. The time to beat is getting to jousting in under 2 minutes, 1 second.
There she goes. Now for the lache. Saw a great lache former out of her in the placement course. No problem.
She's going to have to move just a little bit. These next few obstacles are quick, but she's got 45 seconds to land in a qualifying spot.
Be careful here.
Great
There we
movement
go.
on coaster. And that time is going to be fast enough to put Seida Maktoto in the top 5. She will be going to the Premier Series finals. Now the question is, can she be our first buzzer of the amateur female division?
Nice hop up.
She's really not slowing down. Had a little bit of a rest right before jousting, but she is not really stopping for anything else. Great movement. Very efficient pop over to that second ring.
Went right away.
And now she's just going to have to get that dismount. Coming into Sky Miles, 2 minutes, 15 seconds. We're hearing now that the obstacle Tame the Beast really did pump out a good handful of our athletes. Makes sense. There's a lot of moves if you go the route with the rope. But it's not stopping Seida as she's about to get the dismount on Sky Miles.
Nice work. Look at her time. She has a chance to finish this course.
She's going to turn around. Generate as much power as she possibly can on this metronome. I like that she's squatting on both sides, not really stopping to let the momentum build. She is forcing it to go.
Really nice work here. Over a minute left still.
You can see her kind of looking at her arms and hands, shaking out a little bit. But gets the grab.
She gets a first go. That puts her into first place. She wins. But can she walk it off with a clear?
Just has 3 moves to make. Gets one.
Nice technique.
2 moves to go. Come on, Seda.
Oh, just overshot with the left.
That's all right, though. She's got one last attempt. 54 seconds definitely has the time to get through there, Philip.
Absolutely. She's looking really strong. That first jump, she looked really powerful. Really nice technique, so she just needs to commit to it. Get it nice wide grab here.
You can see the grimace, though. She's possibly a little gassed here.
All right, one more grab here.
You see her
Just has to
really
hang
fighting
on.
for it right now. Look at that right side of the bar. Barely in there, but she holds on. But she's got to lock it in.
Come on.
She swings back and she drops. She was just
Great run.
exhausted, but put up the best run we've seen today in her division. A well-deserved win for Seda Metodo.
Yeah, Seda just walked it off with a fantastic run. Farthest for anyone. She just almost had it, gave it all out on there on the last obstacle. Great work. Her whole team going to congratulate her. Well deserved.
She reportedly told the coaches that Tame the Beast obstacle really did pump her out. Lots of different holds there really did come into play, as while she was able to breeze through jousting and sky miles, you can tell that eventually the fatigue did start to set in towards the end of boxed in, and especially the last obstacle, All the Glory. You can see that first move right here. Overshoots on the left side. Can't say I do much better, though. That's still an obstacle I myself am working on. Seda putting me and many other athletes to shame here with an amazing run. Taking a look at your leaderboard here, Seda Metodo takes first place with Olivia Bolin-Ford and Sophia Blattenbauer rounding out your podium. Now Daniela Blanchard takes 4th place, but because she's already qualified for the finals, the last qualifying spot will pass down to 5th place, Heather Nelson. So congratulations to all 5 of those athletes. We'll be seeing them in Brooklyn, New York, November 17th to 19th for the World Ninja League Premier Series Finals.
That was a great amateur division, and what a course. Just, it really gassed everyone out at the end, and people were really fighting hard. It was so awesome to see. So now let's take a look at some of our upcoming competitions here. Not just Life Force, of course, we still got 2 more divisions to go here today, but we have 2 comps. As you can see, we're going overseas for a little 2-week trip to finish off, a big 2-week trip to finish off the Premier Series before the finals. We got October 13th, 14th. We're going to have all the best athletes of Israel competing at Ninja Academy just outside Tel Aviv. And then week after that, we're going to finish off the regular season with True Function, best in the UK and Europe at True Function Ninja Training Ground in Swindon, UK, October 21st to 22nd. Let's check those out. And yeah, what you think, Kane?
It's going to be a very exciting last 2 qualifiers, and we've still got even more action coming up. 4:15 p.m. Eastern, 1:15 p.m. Pacific. We're going to be jumping into our team division, and then we've got our heavyweight battle with the elite division at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. We've got 2 very incredible athletes in Kai Diol and Evan Lavallee really jumping in here. Let's take a look at their stats, their feats. Kai Diol, a Canadian ninja, made it to got 4th place in the Canadian Ninja League National Finals, and then made it to stage 2 and top 25 at this past World Championship. He lives in Canada, but comes down to Life Force 3 times a week. Hops country borders to train ninja. So that level of dedication is clearly paid off, and I'm excited to see how he performs in this Premier Series qualifier.
Definitely. He has a lot of power, just a huge core strength, really crazy tricks he always does. And then, of course, we have Evan Lavallee, 2-time Stage 3 Elite Vet. One of our rising stars of Ninja.
Evan definitely gone a little under the radar for some of our athletes, but his grip strength is so crazy tough. And while we're hearing that athletes are getting pumped out on this challenge course, this might play into Evan's hand. We could see a lot of his strengths come to shine. He's also a very technical ninja and a very quick one at that.
Absolutely. Have not just them, but we have the whole elite division and teens division are all super, super strong. But we will be seeing. Yep, Kai Deal. Yeah, Kai Deal. 100% clear record on any climbing obstacles. Has a bit of an advantage on generating swing obstacles. So you can say, though, they're really evenly matched.
I would say a big thing that I'm noticing with Evan LaValle, especially on this course, is the moving obstacle 94% clear rate. Those types of moves on the rings and bars can definitely come in handy on the back half. And again, with his endurance, he might be able to focus in a bit more and lock in on those clutch moves.
Definitely. It's going to be really interesting to see because we don't just have them, but we also have, I believe, 10 or 11 more other really strong elite athletes from this area ready to take it on. And yeah, it's really looking forward to it.
All right, well, be sure to tune in at 4:15 for our next wave, 4:15 Eastern, that is, 1:15 Pacific, for the teen division. For Philip Scott and all of our other commentators, I'm Ken Casillas. We will see you guys in just a bit.